What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to bring you my long-term review of this is the Schiit Magni 3 Plus and the Modi 3, and this is probably the most recommended, or what I would recommend if you're wanting to get into a budget amp and DAC combo. So each of these are $99, so I think this is the best $200 power bang for your buck amp and DAC you can get on the market right now. Now, I do want to mention this is the only amp and DAC I've ever used, and I'm currently using the Sennheiser, the HD 600s. So each amp and DAC can sound a little different based on your headphones, so take that into account, but I think these are very good neutral, balanced sounding headphones. So first, when it comes to the actual operation of these and just setting them up, it's pretty simple. The actual amp does have a little power connector there, which is a little bit annoying. I do wish that's one of probably the negatives, that I do wish it had just USB-C power, but it may draw too much wattage for that. So you have that, and then you just have basically RCA in and outs, and then you have a little toggle here if you want to turn the volume up a little higher or down a little bit. Real basic on and off switches. They work really well. They seem like good high quality. It does light up here on the top, so there's a light that shines through here when it's on, so you do know when it is on. And that's really it. High-low and power on and off. These are the RCA cables that connects to the amp and DAC that I got through the Schiit website. Also, I think they're like $29 or $20, and they're really good build quality for that. Same thing with the DAC. The DAC is powered through USB, so it is mini USB-C, or mini USB, not USB-C, mini USB, which is a little annoying. I wish it was USB-C. It's a little bit stronger cable, stronger adapter, but for $100 it's kind of hard to complain about that. And I've never unconnected this or moved it, besides of me just doing it right then and there. And they both stack really well together. They have some nice rubber feet on them, which actually work pretty well. It is an all metal design, so it does have a metal design to it. And for how small these are, they don't take up a lot of room on your desk. They actually are a little on the heavy side. Especially, I think the DAC has a little bit more weight to it. Kind of give you an idea of the innards here on the screen, and it says they can power from 240 to I think 60 or 24 ohms, so you have very good large range. The Sennheiser HD 600s aren't that hard to drive, so even if you have like some of the Beyerdynamics or the Sennheiser, some of the higher end that require a little more force, I think these will be able to power just about any headphones out there. So that's just, setting them up is really easy. The build quality of these is excellent for the price point. The knobs feel great. The power switches, the overall just feel of the amp and DAC feel really nice. Besides these two little USB, mini USB connectors there. We'll see how close I can get this to focus. That would be my only weak point on these, is that it just seems kind of cheap. The little wall wart that you use to power the amp seems a little cheap too, but I think all those kind of feel kind of cheap if you ask me. So when it comes to the actual sound of these, this is where my opinion is probably not going to matter, because I've never used another amp and DAC, but the HD 600s sound awful if you don't have an amp with them, and the DAC makes help for the signal to be a little bit cleaner sounding. So I do think they sound really good. They're very neutral. They're not very bass heavy. I have tried a tubular amp in the past. It was actually one of my friends, and it was very, very brief. I'm talking like 30 seconds, and had a little more bass to it. But also the HD 600 headphones aren't actually a bass heavy headphone, so I would say these are very neutral sounding. Very easy to listen to. They're not on the loud side, so even on the high setting here on the back, you do have to turn the volume up a little bit to get, if you want, if you need a little bit louder sounding audio. But that's really it. I think for the price point, I don't think you can beat these when it comes to the ease of use, plug and play. They're very easy to set up. The actual design of these, the build is really good for the price point. And they're made in Texas, so if you're worried about that type of stuff, you do have that to fall back on. I don't care where stuff's made at, but I know for some people that is a big deal. Definitely get the cables from them too. I think they're pretty good quality for the price point you get. I think there's a few different options. I'd have to look on there again. And if you're okay and you want to save a little bit of money, they do have some like B stock where they're either refurbished or they just have a blemish on them and they sell them at a little bit of a discount. So you do have that option also. And if you really like the sound out of these, they have this basically their beginner amp and DAC. You can jump up to some of their more higher end stuff. 2-year warranties, so you do get a nice 2-year warranty. The only negative is that I really wish it was powered with USB-C somehow. I don't know if it's even possible to do that just because I have a ton of stuff plugged in. It's just one more power outlet, cord that you have to plug in, and USB-C would be nice. Assume they will jump on that down the line, but maybe not. I don't know how advanced the actual tech is when it comes to the amp and DAC stuff. But besides that, I have no other complaints. I maybe wish it was a little bit louder, but that may be with my setting because I did not have that issue when I had my Windows set up. For some reason with my Mac, I actually have it connected into my monitor, and then it goes through USB-C to my Mac. It doesn't sound. I have to turn the volume up a little louder than I would like, but that also could be an Apple Music thing. It feels like each source it comes from is a little bit different audio-wise. So that's it. Highly recommend these. They've been working flawless for almost 2 years now, and it pairs really well with, I think, any of the Sennheiser more neutral, warm-sounding headphones. It just really beefs up the sound a little bit, and they just have a nice clean feel and sound to them. So if you have any comments, questions, leave them below, and I'll get back to you next time. And that's it. Have a good rest of the day.